is in session. The court is in session in cause number 25 CCCR 2414, case is style the state of Texas versus Morgan Elizabeth Weatherly. Ms. Weatherly, is that your full name? Ms. Weatherly, would you please raise your right hand? You got a hand now. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God? Ms. Weatherly, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Ms. Weatherly? That's good. Ms. Weatherly, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Jennifer DeLage. Attorney DeLage, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, Judge.
And the state is represented in this case by Attorney Farrah Nixon. Attorney Nixon, how are you doing?
Fine, how are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Ms. DeLage, do you waive a record in Ms. Weatherly's case?
So waived, Your Honor.
Ms. Weatherly, I have before me on my computer a document that is titled Information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, it alleges that you, Morgan Elizabeth Weatherly, on or about July 19th of 2025, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of resisting arrest. Ms. Weatherly, do you understand what you have been charged with?
Yes, sir.
To this charge, Ms. Weatherly, how do you plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No comment.
Are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? Okay, Ms. Weatherly, I also have before me on my computer tablet a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment. This document is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document?
The one I just did?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of the same document, there's a set of initials on a line next to a box that's checked no contingent, which means no contest. The initials are MW. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of this same document, there is a signature above the line that's titled Defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes.
On the next document that's titled Trial Court Certification, the defendant's right of appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant? At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box is checked, states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes.
Second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. You understand that statement?
Yes.
I also have a document that is titled Discovery Certification. And do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant? Ms. Weatherly, before you signed and initialed these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you? And did you understand everything in these documents? Is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Ms. Weatherly, are you a citizen of the United States?
State offers State's Exhibit 1.
No objection.
No objection. State's Exhibit Number 1 will be admitted. Ms. DeLage, you advised and counseled Ms. Weatherly. Is there any evidence that she is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Weatherly, your attorney, Ms. DeLage, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with her representation? Ms. Weatherly, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
Essential terms as follows: 60 days in county jail probated over 6 months, $250 fine, and 25 hours of community service.
What's the court cost?
277.
Yes. Ms. Weatherly, the state is offering that you serve 60 days in the Jefferson County Jail, but you will not have to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail because you'll be placed on probation for a period of 6 months. During the 6-month probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $250 plus court costs of $277. You'll be required to pay a probation fee of $60 a month, your analysis fee of $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15. You'll be required to reimburse Jefferson County court-appointed attorney's fees of $350, your total month installments. That is the total amount that you will be required to pay in this case is $268 a month. Are you able to pay $268 a month? Okay. You'll also be required to perform 25 hours of community service and adhere to the other standard terms and condition of this probation. Ms. Weatherly, do you understand the state's offer? Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just? Do you accept the state's offer? Ms. Weatherly, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. Ms. Weatherly, just have a seat and wait for your name to be called. Or you're gonna follow the directions of the bailiff. Once you follow the directions of the bailiff, you'll be free to go. And you have a blessed day.
You will go check into permission. You can have Susan. And Judge.
And Mr. Lage, thank you very much. And you free to go.
Thank you, Judge.
You have a
Great
blessed day.
weekend.
Same to you. That's that.
Michael and I to see.
Oh.
Please. Please. What is he doing?
Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session in cause number 25 CCCR 1758. Case is style, the state of Texas versus Joshua Dwayne Simon. Mr. Simon, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Mr. Simon?
Good, how about you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Simon, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Kevin Lane. Attorney Lane, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
That's good. And the state is represented in this case by attorneys Samuel Masradian. Attorney Masradian, how are you doing?
Doing well, Judge. Thank you.
Okay. Now, Mr. Lane, I have before me a motion to modify conditions of bail that you file. Would you like to proceed on your motion?
Yes, we're
You may
ready.
proceed.
Just as a opening, Your Honor, we are asking that the GPS monitor be removed from Mr. Simon. As stated in the motion, he's spending about $225 a month. He's had no infractions. This is a neighborly dispute between himself and the neighbor, and I believe that's why the court has requested the GPS. There have been no infractions since its installment. He's had it for about 6 months. And with that, we would call Mr. Simon. Testify.
Okay, Mr. Simon, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Sir.
Mr. Simon, you may put your hand down. Mr. Lane, you may proceed.
And Your Honor, we're just tendering Mr. Simon for the limited purposes of this motion,
Okay,
but not to
Right.
testify about the facts of the offense.
okay.
Mr. Simon, where do you live?
10530 Vincent on my 6.
And when you were arrested for this offense and released, the court required you to put the GPS monitor on you, correct?
Yes, sir.
How long after your arrest did you have the GPS monitor?
Italy?
Okay. Have you had any infractions with it?
No.
Have you been on the complaining witness's property?
Not in over 15 years.
Okay. And she's right next to your property. In fact, your land adjoins her, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. And how much do you spend a month for the GPS?
225.
How much was the installment fees?
225.
Where are you working?
McDermott,
How long you been working there?
since New Year's.
What do you do there?
Scaffold.
Are you required to wear boots?
Yeah.
And does this GPS affect your work at all?
Yeah, because I'm constantly like climbing ladders up 200 feet now, climbing through small pipes and stuff. And it'd be like, it wears and tears against my skin. And it'd be like ripping against my ankle and stuff with the boots on.
Okay, is there any way that you could alleviate that as far as wearing different boots or moving the GPS?
No, we only gotta wear, we gotta wear certain kind of boots out there.
Okay.
There's been a lot of accidents.
And have you told your employer about this?
I really try to keep it to myself because I don't want to make myself looking like a criminal with this on my leg, and I don't know my situation. So
Okay, you are required to not have any contact with the complaining witness. Have you had any contact with her? Well, you've seen her on the street, have you not?
yeah, we see each other every day.
Okay, and you're also not required to, you're not allowed to have any firearms in your possession or in your home, is that
No,
correct?
I haven't had a firearm since the judge told me to remove them.
Okay.
I got my family member remove them.
Do you have any prior convictions that involve any violence, acts of violence?
No, I've been in trouble one time for evading when I was young on a motor vehicle, a dirt bike, and I completed my adjudication probation, and that was it.
Did you have any administrative hearings or any accusations that you were in violation of probation at that time?
One time when I stopped, I didn't report during COVID, and they gave me an ankle monitor for 30 days of a violation, and then after that, I completed the 30 days, and I completed the probation the following month after that.
if the court were to allow the removal of the GPS device, would you comply with all the other conditions of your bail, which is to not have any contact with the complaining witness?
Absolutely, I don't want no trouble.
Pass the witness, Cheryl.
How you doing, Mr. Simon?
Good, man.
So you said you work doing scaffolding?
Yeah,
About how many hours a week do you work doing that?
we work 60, but some weeks they make us work like 13 days on, 1 day off, so we work one Sunday every other weekend.
But how many hours a day?
I get up at 2:30, I have to be at the bus stop by 3:30, and I don't get off. I get to the refinery around like 4:15, and I don't get off until 3:30.
So 4:15 in the morning to 3:30?
Yeah. Yeah, the time go in at exactly when we start working for 5 o'clock.
So
And we
nearly,
stretch.
so nearly a 12-hour shift.
Yeah. Feel longer than that though. The bus ride.
And you said you work sometimes 13 days straight?
Yeah.
And about how much do you make per hour?
27.50. That's not
27,
including per diem, right?
no, just
Yeah,
But-
27.50.
27.50. Okay. And you said you gave all your firearms to your family.
Yeah.
Where does your family live?
Just bought a house in China, Texas. On Highway 90.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any family members that live on that same street with you and Miss Yolanda?
Yes. My grandfather still across the street from me. My dad's son, nephew stays next door to him, which is across the street from her. My aunt stays next door to my grandfather. My aunt stays next door to my other aunt. My uncle stay next door to me. My grandfather stay behind me, and her sister stay like down the way at the end of the block.
Okay.
And her other sister stay just around the corner. And it's all just like wooded, just a couple houses. We all been there, everybody been out all their life.
So are those the family members that you surrendered your firearms to?
No. My brother-in-law, he's a military. Yeah, everybody's around there nobody's younger than like 75. I'm the youngest person around there. I take y'all older people.
Gotcha. And you haven't had direct contact with the complaining witness, as you just said.
No.
Have you seen her?
Yeah.
Okay.
We see each other all the time. Like I was just leaving. She was walking around the corner to her backyard.
Mhm.
Nobody said nothing. I'll be walking the block like in the morning, like 6 o'clock, 7 in the morning. I just walk the neighborhood, just get a little exercise in. She passed by. She don't bother me no more. Well, she haven't been bothering me. It's my cousin now. She's bothering next door to my grandfather. So she's sending the cops there every day now.
Does your house have a driveway?
Yeah.
Do you tend to park in the driveway?
Yeah.
Have you ever parked in the street next to Miss Yolanda Moore's house?
No.
One more thing I wanted to ask you. Lost my train of thought. Dang, that's upsetting. I had that in my head and then I lost it. Your children, do they ever go into Yolanda Moore's yard?
No. Well, one time that the football came over the fence and my kid's 7 and 3, and she didn't say anything to me, but she told him like, "Hey, come get the football." And it was in the front yard. She let him get it, and it was just that we never exchanged words or nothing.
Okay. And is there beyond between you and Miss Moore's,
It's 2 fences.
correct, but beyond your and hers interactions, has there been other negative interactions between your families?
In 2013, that's how it all started. When our son killed my uncle in front of me when I was a kid, and my family made peace with it. And her son made peace with it. He did his time, he's back out. We talked and everything after that. I talked to her husband he stops in front of my house, I send him the videos, he talks to me, a super talks to me. You know, it's just us over a land dispute.
But is there a sort of court order that restrains your family members or you from being within 500 feet of her or her son?
No. Her son come back there, he spoke to my grandmother after he got out and stuff, she forgave him, gave him a hug, and we just live our life in peace. Like we do.
But to your knowledge, such an order does not exist.
Yeah.
No further questions from you, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Lang,
We rest your.
okay. Any arguments?
Well, at this time, Your Honor, the state would like to call Yolanda Moore.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
You can set it in this chair.
okay. Ms. Moore, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Moore, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Ms. Moore?
I'm doing fine, sir.
That's good. Now state, you may go forward.
Ms. Moore, can you please state your full name for the record?
Yolanda Moore,
And
Yolanda Renee Moore,
Yvonne.
and a
Gotcha. And what is your involvement with this case?
terroristic threats.
And more onto that, was it made against you?
And yes, sir, it was.
Can you please describe how that happened?
Well, building codes came out and they wanted to see the post, the pole, the electrical pole on the other side of the fence that the quarry engineers put there when my house was, got built. It's been there since then. And, I let the aunt use the pole when her house got built because she couldn't afford it. So it's been there. So he asked me to show him the pole. I proceeded to show him the pole. And then Mr. Simon came to the door as we was leaving and said, who asked y'all to come on my damn property and this, that, and the other? So he had his little boy to his side. He had a handgun in his pocket. He had a robe on and he had an AR rifle in his hand. And he told us to get off the property. So I was only showing building codes my pole on the other side of the fence, and we was escorted away from them by guns.
And that was the genesis of this, and Mr. Simon was placed on an ankle monitor after that, is that correct?
Yes, they told me he was on a monitor ankle monitor, but I didn't know it was because of that.
Okay. And how have your interactions with Mr. Simon been since that time?
I try to avoid him at all costs because he's a ticking time bomb. He always run around there with them guns, pointing guns, shooting guns, and terrorizing the neighborhood and people that live in the neighborhood that's been in the neighborhood. He has no respect for authority or the people that live there.
Ms. Moore, I'm going to ask for the rest of this that you direct your testimony towards the judge and not the defendant in this case. So you have personally seen Mr. Simon with guns after that incident involved with you and after you learned that he was placed on an ankle monitor?
Yes, sir. He always have guns.
Okay. And to your knowledge, is Mr. Simon supposed to be within 500 feet of you or your son?
The whole family is supposed to be not within 500 feet of me and my family.
And Mr. Simon learned or testified to the court earlier that not only he lives within 500 feet of you, but multiple members of his family. Is that correct?
Yes.
Have other interactions directly between you and Mr. Simon occurred near your property?
Yes. The first incident happened was we was moving a building. My sister had hired me to help her move a carport. And he came back there mad at us moving a carport. Sue Ann Chopin is the one who hired us to move the carport. He said, get off his damn land, this, that, and the other. And he didn't get mad at my sister, and it was her job. But he consistently attacks me all the time.
Is there anything involved? Has there any situation involved your driveway?
Yes. One incident, he pulled at the back driveway, my back driveway, and parked there. I called the police and told him that he was stalking me. He was at my back driveway. They told me that he could be on the back driveway, that I couldn't control the driveway because it was public street. But part of the street, when I did a survey, even though you have to give up so many feet of the street, is within my guidelines. So he was technically on my property, even though the street is right there, because when I did appraise my property, is within my guidelines.
And what is the significance of that driveway as it relates to you and Mr. Simon and your family?
That back driveway is the driveway where my son killed his uncle, and he's been having vindictive animosity because it was either him or the other person, and they both had an altercation, and gunshots was fired, and he fired back and killed his uncle at that back driveway.
Mr. Simon testified earlier about the same matter occurring, didn't specify where it occurred, but he said that y'all's families have essentially made peace with it. Is that your understanding of how it's gone?
Technically not. It's ongoing, and I feel like my life was threatened by the situation, being that that's my son. I am the mother. My daughter hair was caught afire at a visual of Lorenzo. Lorenzo was going with my little cousin, and Heather hair got caught afire at the visual. A gun was pulled on my son, Martell Francis. My grandkids has been targeted at school. They living in Baytown now. They can't play outside. Other people's kids could play outside, but mine can't play outside. Lance was on the bus when all them guns was on 105 block of Vincent Drive. The bus was supposed to drop my grandbaby off, didn't drop him off, took him back to school. He was choked on the school bus. I didn't know he was choked on the school bus. They took him back to school. My grandkids cannot Their life been taken and my life been taken because of the fact all this didn't happen with me or the kids. I don't think it's fair for me and the kids to suffer while other people walk around here bullying, terrorizing other people that didn't have anything to do with the situation.
And you said your grandkid was choked. Do you have any knowledge of who choked your grandkid?
No, they never did tell me who choked him. He had a lanyard on his neck and you could see where he was choked. Some of the guys that got off the bus and went down the street, the next thing you know, police came and apprehended them with handguns. But my grandson went back to school and then they finally brought him home and he was terrorized. He never did say what happened. And then I asked him, what happened to your neck? And the school was like, playing like they didn't know what was going on and this, that, and the other. But it made it seem like the incident happened at my house because of the block. They used the block and not exactly where the incident happened.
And to be fair to Mr. Simon, because we don't know who choked your kid, we don't know if it was even a part of his family, a child of his family that choked your kid. Is that correct?
Correct.
But other than what happens at school, you don't feel safe letting your grandchildren play outside in your front yard being next to that house.
I don't, because of the fact that it was court ordered through Lori Perosa and Mr. Mackin that the judge had stipulated that they stay 500 feet from us. After that situation, he stayed in jail for a long period of time, being incarcerated on a manslaughter charge. He ended up moving over there about 3 years ago. Everything looked like it was coming together, but time bring on a change and it could get better. But some particular person ended up moving there 2 to 3 years ago, and it's been holy hell since that person got back in the scene. Everything looked like it was getting better, but it's not getting better because you got certain people do certain things and keep stuff ongoing, going on constantly, like they trying to terrorize certain people that's on the block.
You mentioned earlier that you had seen Mr. Simon with firearms at the point in time. Can you describe those instances with a bit more detail?
For Father's Day, he said he was showing his father his potential gunfire stuff on Facebook, and he came across the driveway, the road, going to his property in the back with an AR rifle. He always have his guns or gun casings and goes to that back property where he owns behind 105 Vincent to 105 45. That property goes long ways. It's got a 10 building in the back there. And sometimes when he's being childish with his guns, he'll go across the street and bring them. He'll go walk down the street fully armed like he licensed to carry and go up and down the road with them rifles, shooting them, everything.
And he does that right in front of your house?
Yes. And I done told him about it. I told him if you keep finding them guns, I'm gonna keep calling them loud. And I do call them constantly.
And have you seen Mr. Simon bring those guns anywhere besides his home?
Yes, I seen him take them to his grandfather's house. I seen him take them down the levee to the back of 10505 in the property that he owns behind 10505. I seen him take it to 105, his grandfather across the street, and I seen him up and down with him on the four-wheelers and everything. He constantly have them. They make videos on the porch with guns all the time.
And is it your opinion that Mr. Simon wearing an ankle monitor is necessary to protect you in this case?
Yes, because it tracks him. That way they can know what he's doing at all times. If he's breaking the laws illegal, because he is very bold and bodacious.
And by extension, would it be necessary to protect the community from a person walking up and down the street fully armed, shooting, as you say?
Yes. Mhm.
Ask the witness, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Lang?
Now your last name is Vinapali or is it Moore?
My God name, mother given name is Moore. My married name is Vanapali. So my name is Yolanda Renee Moore Vanapali.
Vinapali. And Mr. Vinapali lives there in the house with you?
Mr. Vanapali is separated. We're divorced,
For
but
how long?
since 2016.
Now I'm gonna show you, looks like a picture. Is that picture recognizable to you?
Yes,
And what is that picture of?
that picture is Mary Hockley's house that Josh supposed to have bought.
Okay, and this is Mr. Simon's house and this is your house on the right, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And what's there in the middle?
What there in the middle is a fence. This is a sign that say 10518. On 5 feet of this fence is my property.
Okay, and where is the pole that's the dispute?
The pole is in the back there. You can't see it because of the grassy
Okay.
area.
You claim that it's your property, but it's beyond the fence.
When I put the fence up, I didn't know where my property began when I first got the property. I got the property in 2001 from Felicia Valaire, my sister.
And could you just circle where that actual pole is, please, if you can see it?
I can't see it. It should be right up in this area right there.
Okay, could you
Up
make a
against
good
the
mark
fence.
on there? Just,
I can't see it, so therefore I can't make that mark.
okay,
But if you had a better picture, I could have showed you.
okay, just make just a little line there just for the judge, so we can at least know kind of where that pole basically is.
That pole is right.
Yeah, just put a line there with this here. Where you put your finger, just mark a line there.
I can't really see.
Well, what I'll do for the record is I'll just put a line there. Is that accurate?
No, it's not. It
Okay.
could be, but
No,
it's not.
I got you. So every time that you saw Mr. Simon have a gun in the street, you called the police, is that what you said?
Yes, I have police records where I called them and they come out or it was shell casings in the road. They say they couldn't do nothing about the shell casings and
And
stuff.
what year was that you called?
I called all the time.
Okay. So this year you've called and asked the
called.
police to come out to investigate Mr. Simon walking on the road with a gun?
This been going on since 2024.
Well, specifically this year.
This year, I call every year,
Okay, when this year did you call?
multiple times. I got police reports.
Okay. And do you recall the officer's name maybe that showed up this year?
No, you don't get officer name. You just get police reports and they tell you to come down, file charges of this, that, and other. And you talk to them and stuff. They supposed to notify him, let him know what's going on and this, that, and other. I didn't call a probation officer. I didn't call everybody. I didn't talk to the police department. I didn't talk to detectives. I didn't talk to narcotics. I didn't talk to everybody that concerning this situation because he is hostile and very toxic.
Okay. So I just want to focus you on when you called the police this year, what did Mr. Simon do this year that you called the police?
I called the police because he was trying to set my house afire with firecrackers. They was shooting guns. You can hear the guns. You can see the firecrackers that aimed directly at my house.
And that was Father's Day or?
That was the 4th of July last year.
Okay.
There was Father's Day. He had the gun of Father's Day that he posted for his father to show him that he was being a happy father.
Okay, and the police came and investigated that. Did he go to jail that day, do you know?
No, he didn't go to jail. He never goes to jail.
Did you get a chance to video anything like that?
I got pictures from ADT, but then they said that it was too far back for them to pull up the pictures because they only stay active so long and then the pictures go into the archive and I tried to get them, but I couldn't retrieve them.
Okay, so your house has surveillance video.
Yes, sir.
And you're saying that there's video of that offense that was committed by Mr. Simon on Father's Day, correct?
On Father's Day, he did have a gun on Father's Day and had a gun and walked across my house. There's videos on YouTube, AWT or whatever, where they had guns pointed toward my house, making videos or had guns aimed at my house.
Now, when you would call the police, did you say that the offense was being committed at Mr. Simon's house? Or that they needed to come first to your house?
I said the offense was happening in front of my house or next door or across the street or wherever it was happening at the time it happened. I didn't specifically say it happened at his house. If it was at his house, I directed them to his house. If it was at another house, then I directed them to the other house. He don't always be at his house. He be all over the neighborhood because he got family all over that neighborhood and they posted up everywhere.
Okay, and are you saying that other neighbors there have been threatening you with guns, or they walk around the street with a gun?
It's other people that's in the neighborhood. They don't be threatening me, just him.
You see? Okay, now, there are people that live in your back buildings, is that correct, that are on your
Yes,
property? Okay, and they have electricity back there?
yes, they do.
And where are they getting that electricity?
From my house.
Okay, and why did you want to get electricity from that pole that we're discussing to put to those back buildings?
I had that pole put there when Corps engineers moved, when they built my house in 2009, when it was new construct. That's an old pole that's been there that I had put there. That is my pole and it's on my side, on my property, because I have 5 feet on the other side. The Corps engineers gave me those buildings to be able to hook up to that building because of the fact that I had you have to have 3 foot. You have to be within 3 foot. I was within 5 foot.
Okay, but they didn't put the electricity from that pole. Have you ever had electricity from that pole?
No, because of the
Ever
fact.
from the very beginning? Have you
Yes,
had-
I have. I had electricity when I first built my house. That's why the pole is there.
Okay, so that pole that you indicated there, you have had electricity from that pole to your house, correct?
Yes, when they built my house.
Okay.
Because right here, they had this pole and it was going across like that. I didn't want the pole to go right there. I was trying to get Corps engineer to run it straight back and then over because I wanted to put a pool in that area before I even put the buildings. But when I put the buildings, I didn't need to take and redirect it because of the fact I wasn't using it.
Okay, well, let me get you back to the reason why we're here today. We're asking the court to remove the GPS device on Mr. Simon. Do you have any evidence that he has been in your yard or has contacted you? Anything like that?
Yes, he been in my yard.
Okay,
He was
when
in,
was he in your yard?
he was in my yard when they had an outage going on, a party going on, and I opened my door. He was in my yard with a monitor on his leg, him and Michael Corbin. And I told him to get out of my yard.
Did you call the police at that time?
No, I did not call the police because they got out of my yard and then the crowd had left because they knew I was fitting to call the police.
But if he were in your yard, then the GPS monitor would show that, right? That he's in
I
violation.
don't know when he got on the GPS. It's not my decision to know that I didn't know he was on the GPS. When I found out he was on the GPS, I don't know if it was before or after, so I can't say whether he was or not. But I know he was in my yard and he crossed that ditch because he was walking through the ditch when I seen him. And I told him, I get out my yard because they was all fighting. They had a girl fight, boy fight. And then one day they was up there having a party. He pulled a gun out on my little cousin.
Okay,
Taylor.
and you called the police and the police came and investigated.
Taylor called the police. I don't think I called the police that time. My little cousin called the
And they
police.
came out and they investigated and they spoke to Mr. Simon or no?
I don't know because I did not call them that time. Somebody else intervened and did that.
And when was that?
That was when they had a party across the street. I don't know when because all I know is I woke up and they was all fighting in the yard, pulling clothes off and everything.
Okay, now back to a court order that says that Mr. Simon is not allowed to be within 500 feet of your property. Do you have a copy of that order?
No, I don't. It should be in Lori Perosa and Mr. Mackin file when they first had the incident when Lance got a manslaughter charge for killing his uncle when that happened.
Okay, and you're saying that because your son killed his uncle, that you went and got a court order against Mr. Simon?
No, they had put a court order in the file when the shooting had happened. They came to my house with shotguns. It was several of them. My
Mr.
son,
Simon?
I didn't say Mr. Simon, I say several of them. Several of them, his family members came to my house. His uncle came to my house with 2 shotguns. I was in Louisiana at the boat. When I got there, Lance was already apprehended. He hadn't already had them fired. They fired 2 shots first. He fired and he hit him in the leg and he died. He bled out. Had he went to the hospital the first time when he got shot in the foot for stealing his money, he wouldn't have died.
Well, shouldn't they have had a court order against your family?
The court order was against his family because his family came to my house. They was living at Oval Road is where they was living. Josh wasn't even living out there at the time. Josh came in after the fact 2 to 3 years ago when he strong armed and took the property from Mary Hockley's them and Sue Ann Chopin pulling guns on her daughters. And that's the reason why they're not in that house. Because her daddy died and left a Lady Bird deed for Sue Ann. And who in the house now? Joshua Simon. Who in the house right now? His family members is back there.
Okay. Your Honor, I'm going to offer Defendant's Exhibit 1, which is this picture we were referencing during the hearing.
No objections, Your Honor.
Pass the witness.
Okay, Mr. Masradian?
Miss Moore was the last name, sorry.
Yes,
Okay. Miss
Vanapati.
Vinapali, thank you. Ms. Vinapali Moore, this started with a boundary dispute. As you
Yes.
just testified. Have you been concerned about, tried to do anything more about the boundary dispute since this initial interaction with Mr. Simon?
Yes, sir. I went and got a appraisal of my property and they showed me where my property was. And I got a map and on my property. I went to Ben Collins and Josh went in there with my pictures showing my house and he dropped it because he came in there showing pictures of my property trying to dispute something and Judge Collins threw it out, dismissed it.
But is that your main worry or focus at this time, the boundary dispute between your 2 properties?
It is a dispute between the 2 properties, but that's not the whole ordeal. The ordeal is him pulling guns and I cannot obtain my property because he keep pulling guns. And I'm afraid that one day he take it too far and somebody get hurt. I don't own a gun. I don't have a gun. He has all the guns.
So, Ms. Simon, in a perfect world, would you rather give up the land and feel safe and secure in your home for your children and for the community?
For my safety, I'll prefer him to stay on a monitor so they can take and monitor his whereabouts because he is a live cannon, a menace to society, and he don't respect the law or no one of his caliber or above his caliber. He is a bully.
Pass the witness, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Lane.
No further questions,
Okay.
but I would recall Mr. Simon if I may. I'm sorry, did y'all rest?
Um, can Miss Vinapoli Moore step down?
Yes, she may be excused. Okay, it says, okay, that was your motion. He's talking about recalling him.
I would say the defense rested, Your Honor.
Well, just rebuttal, Your Honor. We're not invoking the rule if she'd like to witness the statements of Mr. Simon, that's fine with me.
Okay. Okay, you may go
Unless the
forward.
court would like for her to exit. Mr. Simon, Ms. Vinapoli has stated that you walk around the streets and have since the court order for you not to possess firearms. She's saying she's witnessed that you do that and threaten people with that. Is that true or not true?
No, sir.
How do we know that?
Video, audio, she got video on my house, she can show proof. And everything that I heard, it was never, it's like basically, like you guys are having stuff going on and you put me in your shoes. I don't know about like the stories. Like I was never there when they was, all this altercation stuff was going on. Like I had some little kids from the other side of Beaumont. They was out there and they was fighting with some other kids from Redbrook that stay by me. And they came out there with guns. Kids from the South Park side of town came out over there with guns, and the bus was passing by. And the police came and stuff, took all the kids and the guns and stuff.
Did you have anything to do with that?
No, that's why I'm confused on all that.
When did you actually give the guns to your brother-in-law?
Right after when I came to court the first time, and he was reading what is it called?
The standard condition?
Yeah, the conditions, and you was telling me that I can't purchase a firearm or have a firearm. Cause I had asked you specifically, like, so what do you want me to do, throw them away, what? And then I just called my brother, he just came down.
Okay, did you get firearms from somebody else and walk around the street with them?
No,
Have you had encounters with her since this case?
no,
Okay, now, have you had your house surveyed?
yes.
Tell the court about that.
I got my land surveyed, and when I first got my land surveyed, it was me and my uncle was getting into a dispute over the land, because the house was for my grandmother at first, which is when my mom passed, my grandmother moved up to Houston like 3 years, and I was turning like 5 or 6, and we came back to Beaumont, and we stayed on Tram on Old Bow Road by the car wash. We stayed there until her son came home.
Okay, so the surveyor came out and they surveyed all 4 points of
All of my comments.
okay, and what did they do to memorialize that? Or
They put a rod in the ground, a long metal rod, and that's the rod I sent you the video of when she had some guy, looked like a homeless guy outside the street, taking the rods out the ground.
And that's a video that you have,
That's a
that you
video,
could show the
Yeah.
court? Okay. And, have you ever stepped foot on her property before?
No,
What about that electrical pole that's, you believe is in your survey in
yes,
your yard? Has it
mine-
ever serviced any electricity to her property?
no, and I've been staying there since I got the house 5 years. It's been 5 years now,
Okay.
and it never had power there. And in 20.
How do you know that?
What?
How do you know that that?
My aunt stayed there.
Okay, for how long?
My aunt stayed there from like 2000s all the way up to like 2017, since Harvey. When Harvey came, she didn't go back to the house. She just took the money and vanished. So, well, she did go back, but she had a what is it, a RV with a temporary pole. It was hooked up, everything was hooked up. She never had no temporary. Only two people had that, or there's three people, which is my aunt, Michael Corbin, that's there around the corner, and my aunt house. They all had temporary poles and buildings in their yards.
Okay. Now, as part of preparing for this case, we've asked the city of Beaumont to search their records as to when they have responded to your house and to her house. Do you recall that?
Yeah.
Okay. And we got a record from the city.
Them calls
In
to my
this,
house.
okay. And can you describe this to the court? What is this?
Well, every time
What is this document right here?
retaliation document.
Well, does this indicate when police officers responded to your house?
Yes.
Okay, and can you tell the court when they did and for what reason?
They come out, they never said anything.
Now I'm
like-
talking about refer to this document as
Right.
to, and what does this tell the court?
Explain it better.
Okay, well, it's a bad question. But it says here, May 5th, 2022, that police came out to 10530 Vincent Street. Is that your address?
Yeah,
And the nature of it was a disturbance.
and after that,
And then again, June 20th, 2024, June 20th, 2024, April 23rd, 2025, and May 18th of 2025. So that's threats, nuisance call, and loud music.
yeah, this is around like 2024, after 2022. This around the time when I pressed harassment charges because I was getting tired of her coming in my yard and, trying to,
Are these
Never-
calls that you made or that she made?
no, she made it. I made one call and it was harassment and officer came out, I did a report, he gave me a little card and nothing ever happened.
Okay,
And
have you ever been charged with or
No, they
accused?
come, they look, see what's going on. They know I got guns in my name. They just ask me like, does she have a gun? Cause she don't supposed to have a gun. I'm like, no. They're like, what did you go on her property? No. They just leave. They're like, man, she keep calling.
Has that happened since this
No.
case has been pending? Have the police been called on you?
Yes.
Okay, for
They
what?
just came like last month. My birthday, the day before my birthday, my mother passed. I was turning 3. We were celebrating her 26th anniversary that she passed. And we was all in the back at my grandmother's house, which is their homestead between all her sisters and brothers.
Okay.
We was in the back behind my house and my grandmother's. We celebrating. When I look out at my house at the front, I got 2 dog trucks there and I got like 15 cops lined up in front of my gate. I'm like, what's going on? They're like, hey man, your neighbor called said y'all fighting dogs. I'm fighting dogs. And then they came around, we let them come around to the other side. They didn't look back there where we was, and they seen that we was partying and they just left.
Okay.
And we explained to them that what was going on.
No
We don't know
charges
who
filed.
called. No,
Any other time?
no.
Past witness.
Just want to clarify a couple things about your income. You said you worked around 13 days straight sometimes.
Yeah.
Is that about your average?
No, sometimes some days I like to take the Sundays off.
Okay,
I don't have to, it's not mandatory, but some weeks, like if we get a rain out, it's mandatory.
okay. So 12 to 13 days then?
Yeah.
Okay. And how many days are you off after that?
I'm getting off days.
You get no off days, so you're
Straight
straight.
back to work.
Okay, wow. So is it fair to say that your income is roughly close to $4,000, around 3,986? Would that sound about right to you?
Yeah.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
Nothing further.
Okay. Any arguments?
At this time, the state would like to recall Yolanda Moore. Seems like she has something she wants to say. Not deprive her of her ability to speak.
Okay, Ms. Moore, you've been sworn in.
Miss,
Ms. Moore, it appears that you wanted to say something further on this matter. I'm just going to let you have this opportunity to say that.
yes, sir. Some of those calls that was called at 10518 Vincent is not for me. It's from my tenants because of the loud music, the fighting, the dog fighting, the disturbance that they go on at the events that they have, because they party and they party hard, but they fight each other. So therefore, every time they gather, it's going to be altercations among themselves. They party till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. The dogs bark all night. He got a dog outside the gate, my gate, where I can't even cut my side of the yard on the other side of the fence, which is 3 feet to 5 feet. He has that dog in the back. My tenant can't sleep, so he calls the laws. Half the time I'm at work when they calling them because I work nights. I work from 11 at night to 7 in the morning. I work from 8 in the morning till 4:30 in the afternoons. So therefore, when I come home, you got dogs right outside the fence. You got him on the four-wheeler, pushing the fence down and everything else that's going on. He is a nuisance of the neighborhood. He can say that somebody's picking on him. Ain't nobody picking on him. He terrorizing. And I hate that I was the only one come up here because I started to bring a witness. But that person had their provider there and had to go to had some obligations, so they didn't come up here today. Those records from the police department do not say all say Yolanda Moore Danapali. They say LV McGee is another person.
And since you mentioned dogfighting, and one of the calls that Mr. Simon discussed was somebody calling out because they were doing dogfighting, have you ever even personally seen dogfighting occurring on his property?
They dog fight all the time out there. I never seen them dog fighting on there. I heard the dogs barking and this, that, and other, but I wasn't the one that called in on the dog fighting. It was the other person.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Lang?
Your Honor, if I may, I have some videos and I'd like to review these videos with Ms. Menopoli, if I may, just to authenticate them. Your statement is that you're afraid of Mr. Simon, is that correct?
Yes, I'm afraid for my kids to be playing because I feel like one day that something is bad gonna happen because they keep on firing them rifles, them guns. They keep on firing those firecrackers. It's directly at my house. Lucky last year that it rained because I'd have been burnt out.
I'm gonna show you several videos here and ask if you recognize any of these. First of all, did you recognize any of that in that?
You wanna do pictures? You wanna do videos?
Well,
We
this
could
is just
go
a
there.
video. Yes, ma'am. So you do recognize that? Is that your truck then?
Put the license plate up. That might not be my truck because it got another truck look just like my truck. I can't tell if that,
Watch.
oh yeah, that's me. That's me. He called the laws on me, say that I had did something to him. I don't even go and be bothered with Joshua Lewis. I mean Joshua Simon.
I'm sorry. I know you're supposed to be watching this.
Well,
That ain't nothing illegal.
No, I'm just saying, does these happen after this accusation in this case? That was recent, wasn't
No, that wasn't recent. No. Well, how recent was it? It should tell you on the phone how recent it is.
it? Is that you there? Is that you?
Yeah, that's me. Okay, that's my property right there.
Right there, okay.
Yeah, he parks there all the time.
Is that your truck there?
It's a public road. I mean, I can't take pictures and of my property.
Well, that's his property, taking a picture of
No.
your truck, isn't it?
No, that's my truck. He taking a picture from that angle from his cameras, but I'm taking a picture of my,
Well,
Property.
what I'm trying to
Because
demonstrate
what
is that
he
you're
is-
in front of his house. That's what I'm.
no, Lane. Let me tell you something, Mr. Lane. I was taking a picture of my pole. I was taking a picture because at that time they had just did survey my land. He said that I pulled up a post no, I didn't. He the one that pulls up posts and stuff. Matter of fact, his friend that did that survey did a bogus survey, and I had my surveys done over. Cause I got two surveys. One when my
I'm showing you this and see if you can describe that to the court.
we just cleaning the back of the property line. I'm not on his property.
Well, it looks like somebody doing something with a pole back there. Is that,
Nobody doing nothing with no pole. All he was doing was cleaning the grass off the fence. We was trying to establish where they had put the pole because I wasn't there when they put the pole down. But it's two poles back there. It's a green pole and it's an orange thing and a wrought iron in the ground. All we did was clean the fence.
okay, what I was just trying to demonstrate is that, there was surveys. I guess you got a survey, he got a survey.
Matter of fact, I got surveys longer than what he had. I moved in that property in 2001. I've been there since 2001. This is 2026,
Yes, ma'am.
okay? I bought that property from Felicia Valet, my little sister. She inherited from my dad. So, to say, when I got that property, they had when JDW did my house, I have a brand new construct house. JD did my survey, and a survey company outside of Georgia, I have three surveys, matter of fact. And he is not right. And on his paperwork, that deed that he got, that false deed that he got, it says Hockless, Mary Hockless. It also says Joshua Simon. But I should have brought them documents and show you how illegal those documents is. We want to go further?
No, ma'am. Thank you. I'll pass it.
No, don't pass.
No
That's
further
fine.
questions, Your Honor.
Okay, okay. Ms. Moore, you may have a seat.
Your Honor, just for my clarification, do I rest and then make argument, or do I need to make my argument before I rest?
You got a rest to make an argument.
Okay, that's what I thought. Just want to make sure. Stay rest, Your Honor.
And defense, it was the defense motion, so y'all
No
rest.
further rebuttal evidence, Your Honor.
Okay, any arguments?
Your Honor, I believe that Mr. Simon has demonstrated to the court that he can comply with the conditions of bail. Even when he was on probation, he didn't have violations of any court orders. There is no evidence that he's violated the conditions of bail or had any discrepancies with the GPS device. Ms. Vinapoli has ample access to call police officers. There's no, to arrive on the scene very quickly. There's no evidence that even if he were to violate and contact her in violation of the condition of bail, that they wouldn't show up and investigate that quickly. He's demonstrated the hardship of the GPS device, and we're asking the court to remove it.
State,
Your Honor, based on the video that the defense just showed, I think it's pretty clear that Mr. Simon has contacted Ms. Vinapoli Simon. I believe a standard condition of bond would be the no contact of any kind, and we heard him directly speaking to Ms. Simon. Regardless if she initiated that contact or not, he is still under a no contact order for her. Moreover, Mr. Simon has testified that he works roughly 12 to 13 hours a week for about 11 hours and 15 minutes, with being paid $27.50 per hour. And according to my calculations, that comes about to around $39,986. And Mr. Simon agreed to that being an accurate figure of his income, with the ankle monitor costing around $225 a month. That comes to a figure of roughly a little over 5.5%, 5.6% of his monthly income. We don't think that's an incredible hardship to bear in the face of Miss Yolanda Vinapali, Miss Yolanda Moore, just for the sake of it, Miss Yolanda Moore's comfort and protection to feel safe in this scenario, especially with regards to how she's testified that Mr. Simon has been seen with firearms, directing firecrackers at her, her feeling so unsafe that she's unwilling to allow her grandchildren to stay with her, and the surrounding family members of Mr. Simon, where it would be possible for him to store any potential firearms that may be in his possession that has not been established at this time. The possibility for it exists, and according to Miss Simon's testimony under oath, she has seen him with firearms in the street, and she's seen him bring those firearms to his family members. We would just ask that the ankle monitor be in place at this time. That is all.
You know, just for clarification, the videos of contact with her were before the court's order and before the accusation that took place.
Okay.
Nothing.
Okay. I mean, the court is not here on a motion to revoke his bond regarding whether or not he violated any conditions of his bond. The motion alleges that the monitor is injuring the leg when he wears his work-related boots. I think he was saying that and also it says that monitor costs $225 a month, is a financial burden on him and his family. And it finally states that it has not had any infractions while wearing the GPS monitor. And that's the purpose of the monitor. So at this time, this motion will be denied. Okay?
Your Honor, just for the record, I'm not sure when our next court date is. Do you see that?
Hold on a minute. Let me see if it's in here.
Yeah, I mean.
Hold on, let me see when it is. Sir, don't lean on the bench. Let's see. This is Simon hearing. Let me see if there's
And we can contact the court later if you'd like.
let me. Okay.
This is one. Last two, let's see.
Applicant, let's see.
There may not be a setting. This may have been the only one.
Yes. She can, yeah, but you can contact the court and she can give
I
you a
will.
set. All right. All right. Y'all free to go and y'all have a blessed day. Okay, this will conclude the calling of the courts. Hearings in County Court at Law number 2, Jefferson County, Texas. Judge Terrence Holmes presiding. Everyone, please have a blessed day.